The FDA approves COVID vaccine booster doses for people who are immunocompromised. I'm Zach Dodge with the details.
And Freeman Health System officials provide an update on COVID cases within their hospital.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The FDA approves booster doses of COVID-19 vaccine for people with weakened immune systems. This is KOAM News at 6. According to the CDC, 40 to 44% of people who are hospitalized with COVID after they were vaccinated are people with weakened immune systems. So the FDA has signed off on those people getting a third dose of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine. KOAM's Zach Dodge has more details.
An additional dose could help increase protection for these individuals, which is especially important as the Delta variant spread.
So now, roughly 7 million Americans at the highest risk of death from COVID have the option of getting another dose of COVID vaccine. The FDA has signed off on giving third doses of Pfizer or Moderna vaccine to people with weakened immune systems, like those who've had solid organ transplants or have a similarly weak immune system.
Probably cancer, HIV, other diseases.
The FDA says those people will qualify for a third dose 28 days after their second shot. The agency has not mentioned additional doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
We've had questions from people who are at a level of immunocompromise asking about that third dose. And so until now, we've had to turn them away.
Larry Bergner at the Newton County Health Department expects more guidance from the state early next week on the full requirements and a more comprehensive list of conditions that would make residents eligible. After that happens, he expects getting the third dose to be pretty straightforward.
What I envision is that if someone calls asking about that third dose, we'll have them talk to their primary care physician just to make sure that their physician is in agreement that they do meet that criteria, and then we'll be glad to give them that booster dose.
But what about the rest of the population? U.S. health officials say it's not yet time for booster doses for everyone else, and the World Health Organization has asked for a moratorium on booster doses, at least until vaccination rates in other countries can increase.
I think we're still a few months away, is my opinion.
The CDC has said, however, that roughly 1 million people have already received a third dose of either the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine. It's unclear if those people had weakened immune systems. In Neosho, Zach Dodge, KOAM News.
A recent study published in the New England Journal of Medicine showed that 55% of transplant patients who received a third dose had good antibody levels. That's compared to the 18% of people in the study who received a dummy shot for comparison. Freeman Health System officials provided an update on cases within their hospitals today. They said they have around 60 patients. Freeman Dr. McNabb says at the current rate, 1 in 5 of those hospitalized patients will die. That's why health officials say they will not back down on calls to vaccinate despite outside pressure.
Will not back off from encouraging people to get the vaccine. It is very much Freeman Health System's goal, always our mission, to protect the people in our local communities. And the vaccine is the best tool we have right now to fight against COVID-19.
According to the City of Joplin's COVID-19 dashboard, there are a total of 84 COVID-19 patients in Joplin hospitals. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation is offering a reward for anyone who can give them information to help solve a 47-year-old cold case. The reward is $10,000. The case is the 1974 murder of Tina Mae Duffel. Duffel was found dead in Prairie Dog Pond, a half-mile northwest of Quapaw, Oklahoma. Investigators believe Duffel was either abducted or left with someone from the C&D grocery store in Quapaw, where she was working at the time of her murder. The autopsy revealed she had stab wounds to her neck. Anyone with information is asked to contact the OSBI. The Missouri Highway Patrol says a Miller, Missouri woman died in a crash on I-44 near Mount Vernon. The patrol's crash report says Demetra Montz drove her car off the road and the car overturned. Montz died at the scene. The Highway Patrol is also reporting the death of an Orinoco man on Stockton Lake. Authorities say Stephen Courtney was wading into the water and fell into a deep area and never resurfaced. Courtney was 51 years old. The heat is not as bad. Humidity, though, still kind of sticky. Doug Hitty joins us.
Yeah, it's been a smoking hot week for us. All week long, we've been mid to upper 90s. Yesterday, we hit 98 degrees. But with those scattered thunderstorms last night, a cold front dragged through. And the humidity is still kind of high, but it's better. But our temperature is definitely better for us today. Still along that front, we're getting some scattered thunderstorms this afternoon into the evening hours. But these are mainly in our southern counties, so I-44 and south. But if you are traveling into Oklahoma or Arkansas, you're definitely going to run into these guys. You can see them southern McDonald County, Berry County, Benton County, Delaware County, kind of moving out of Ottawa County and then kind of trail back toward Tulsa, and these are going to stick around for the next few hours. I think if you live north of Interstate 44, you will stay dry as we go through the evening hours, and then things look a lot better for us tonight. Partly cloudy skies, temperatures not too bad as we drop back near 70. We're going to break down the weekend for you, all coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Doug, thank you. Well, today was a busy day at MSSU with plenty of students returning to campus for move-in day. But with the COVID-19 Delta variant being a major health and safety concern, many of the pandemic rules and regulations that were implemented last year were back on campus as well. The students and parents who spoke to us say they feel safe on campus because of how seriously MSSU takes the pandemic. That sentiment is shared by many of the dorm's residential advisors.
I feel as long as everyone's actually following the rules that have been set in place and following the recommendations of the health department at the university, I feel safe here. But always there's the people that don't believe in it or don't want to follow the rules. So as long as we can adequately keep everyone in check and just make sure everyone's safe, yeah, I feel good here.
You'll hear more from new students and their parents tonight at 10. Still ahead, a celebration for heroes in Barton County and celebrating water in Joplin. We'll have a preview of this weekend's Shoal Creek Water Festival.
VF42 4435.
Cox Health held their annual salute to first responders today. All Cox Health locations took part, including Cox Barton County. The salute is held in honor of local first responders and is designed to thank them for their efforts to keep folks in the area safe. Lunch was provided, but due to COVID-19 was served to-go style.
The thought of someone driving through the front driveway, coming in, taking a break, getting a burger and a chicken sandwich, it's nice. It kind of has a feel of normalcy to it.
This is the 6th year for the salute to first responders. The annual Shoal Creek Water Festival is taking place this weekend. The event features a number of fun activities for people to enjoy, including a fishing derby, live music, food trucks, boat races, and a lot more. The festival also provides some helpful information when it comes to safety on the water. The festival begins tomorrow at 9 a.m. and runs until 2:30. For those interested, the Shoebox Boat Race is slated for noon. Later in sports, the McDonald County Mustangs pulled off a couple of big wins last season. Now they're looking to carry that momentum on into the fall. We'll see how they're preparing for the season coming up in sports.
Plus, we still have some scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. We're going to check that out and the weekend coming up next.
Hi, this is
Lumberland Furniture.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a very hot day again, but not as hot as what we have seen, at least over the past couple days, which is good news, plus the humidity a little bit lower for us. We have had some scattered showers, even some thunderstorms across the region. Last night, those thunderstorms, very vivid lightning, but they didn't drop a whole bunch of rain, but just tremendous lightning for us last night. And that also dragged a cold front through, and still along that front, we're getting some scattered showers and thunderstorms in our southern counties. At the airport in Joplin, since midnight, 4/100ths of an inch for the month, about 1/4 of an inch, but we could use a little bit of rain, but overall for the year, we're doing pretty good. We're still 3 to 4 inches above our average for this time of the year. Look at the showers, look at the thunderstorms. These are mainly along and south of Interstate 44. The biggest storms, northeastern Oklahoma into northwestern parts of Arkansas. And we've had a couple severe storms out of this cluster, but most of these are just good old strong storms as they continue to sink south. You can see they're developing a little bit more just to the south of Fayetteville, but these are producing some showers and thunderstorms in our southern counties. So really from Table Rock Lake over toward Cassville to Beaver Lake, up toward Anderson, Pineville, Knoll, seeing some scattered showers and thunderstorms, mainly south of Miami now, and then they stretch down into Delaware County where Grand Lake is, and then all the way back along Interstate 44 near Tulsa. So if you live north of I-44, you're going to be fine. You're going to be dry tonight, but south of I-44, we are going to have these scattered showers and thunderstorms at least the next few hours. That's why temperatures are into the 70s. Where it's not raining, we're mainly sitting into lower 80s, but much better than 98 that we had yesterday. Heat indices, not a big deal, mainly sitting mid to upper 80s at this point in time. A lot of clouds. We're looking at 7th and range line, currently 82. Easterly winds 5 to 10. Dew point still kind of high, sitting at about 70, but at least a little bit lower than what we have had the past couple days. Slide back through the 80s, 70s, eventually near 70 for us a little bit later on tonight. And then once this front just kind of sags a little bit farther south, most of the storms over this weekend will be to our south. I do think we could get a few isolated guys in here tomorrow into Sunday, but not widespread rain like we have seen over the past 24 hours. Let's go through time. Here's 1 a.m. Most of the storms are gone. So most of us are going to be dry, partly cloudy skies, dropping back near 70. We heat up as we go through the daytime hours tomorrow, but not really hot, just kind of warm, mid to upper 80s for most of us. We'll start at 70, 81 by noon, high temp of 87. Easterly winds are going to be light, and again, there's going to be an isolated random shower or two. Most of you will stay dry. Tomorrow night looks good, pretty much clear skies, and then as we go into the daytime hours on Sunday, again, mainly mid 80s, mid to upper 80s, and an isolated thunderstorm could pop up. We're going to continue with these slight chances for rain into Monday, so we're looking at Monday, and then by late Tuesday into Wednesday, a little stronger system, it's not strong, but stronger system rolls out, giving us some scattered showers and thunderstorms, at least a little bit more widespread late Tuesday into Wednesday. Temps pretty good over the weekend, 87s tomorrow and Sunday, 88 Monday, and then back near 90 by the middle of next week. Another cold front's going to roll in by next weekend.
Still not a bad overall set of temperatures for this time of year.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. A lot better than this past week.
Yeah, no kidding. Doug, thank you so much. Well, coming up in sports, a former Webb City standout is named a captain for Missouri State football. Plus, the McDonald County Mustangs aim to build on a big 2020 season. Jacob Leonard's got that story next.
Just better.
The McDonald County Mustangs are finishing up their first week of fall football practice. And the Mustangs have a little momentum after picking up some big wins last year. They're hoping that momentum carries them to bigger things this fall. The energy is real around McDonald County football.
I definitely think there's some excitement and some expectation, maybe that hasn't been there before. Again, from our team, our school, our community. I think everybody's kind of excited to get these guys back on the field.
McDonald County has some momentum after going 5-5 last season, including a win over Lamar and their first ever playoff win.
You can just tell that our kids have had a little bit different motivation throughout our off season and everything that we've done throughout June, July, and this early part of fall practice.
You can definitely feel momentum from last year, some big wins, and we're not satisfied with last year. We wanted to win more, but there's still some momentum. It was a good year to build on.
They want to get back there. They want to have a chance to compete for that conference championship again, have a chance to compete, win a couple playoff games, and have a chance to compete for a district championship. A couple things that this school's never been able to do.
The Mustangs returned 15 starters between the offense and defense, including senior quarterback Cole Martin. Martin threw for 1,300 yards and 16 touchdowns last season, while scoring 3 more touchdowns on the ground.
This year the game's really slowed down for me, just reading the defense a lot easier, I think, but just it's big time having them big guys up front for me, and they've been there for 3 years probably, and they know the whole offense, and more comfortable to step back and drop and throw it because I got time to throw and everything.
He's just one of those guys, everybody's going to look up to him, respect him, underclassmen, upperclassmen, because he's one of our dudes, and just his skill and his attitude, his competitiveness, his edge he brings to the team is, what we all look up to.
You can just see him going through his pre-snap reads and his post-snap reads and everything. You can just tell he's a step ahead of where he was last year just as far as everything.
Martin and the other 15 seniors on the roster are hoping this year is when they see their work and the momentum pay off.
There's a lot of our guys last year to play football, in their careers maybe, so definitely, want to not let anybody down, do the best we can, make the most of it.
I mean, it's our last year, so we put it all out there.
This is their last chance, and I think they know that, and you can kind of feel that sense of urgency from them. It's go time. We need to bring that consistency every single day.
McDonald County opens the season at home on the 27th, hosting the Aurora Hound Dogs. Former Webb City standout Landon Beebe has been named an offensive captain for Missouri State football. Beebe earned all conference honors last year as a sophomore and is heading into his 4th year playing on the Bears offensive line. Now, we caught up with the former Cardinal to talk about what it means to him to be named a captain for the fall.
It's just straight from the team. So, just to be recognized by my teammates as one of the leaders on the offense, I'm just extremely grateful. They push me every day to, be the best that I can be. So I wouldn't be where I am without them today, for sure.
Beebe was a 2-time All-State selection for Webb City, helping the Cardinals to an undefeated state championship season as a senior in 2017. You can check out our full story with Beebe on the sports page at KOAMNewsNow.com. And that's it for sports. We're back with more news after this.
Accidents don't just... Miles of trails and routes available.
We take time now to honor a local veteran, Staff Sergeant William Elder Sr. Carthage, Missouri native, served in the U.S. Army. We're proud to salute Staff Sergeant William Elder Sr. He's tonight's 4-state hero. Jordan Obby joining us now with a look at what's coming up tonight on the KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Tonight at 9, going to see how students at Missouri Southern are coping with move-in day, also new COVID-19 guidelines. Plus, Taliban militants have been able to take control of more territory in Afghanistan, and now the U.S. is responding with 3,000 troops to help evacuate personnel. Also, the latest data from the 2020 census shows America has undergone a huge makeover. That, of course, much more coming away tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Jordan, thank you. A 6-year-old Milwaukee boy is a man with a mission to help out his family in one of the most imaginative ways possible. Starting with just a paperclip, Jackson Promo is trying to trade his way all the way up to a new home. As James Groh reports, he's already off to a very good start.
Mom, can you help me get this out? I don't want to break it.
This corner is full of very valuable items for 6-year-old Jackson Promo.
We traded a license plate for the iPod.
Everything has one purpose.
I'm trading over this stuff for a house.
This 6-year-old from Milwaukee is starting with a paperclip and trying to trade all the way up to get his family a new home.
If I do that, then Mom's gonna buy me a new iPad.
That's a pretty good deal. His mom told him about a story of someone doing it successfully in 2005, and so Jackson decided it would be a good way to get his family a new home.
Yeah, I do.
In just 3 days, he already traded up to these 2 lawnmowers.
Yeah, it feels kind of comfy.
His mom, Heather, is pretty proud.
It shows me how caring of a boy he is, and I know that he's going to grow up to be a great man, and that's the most any parent could hope for.
Plus, the community has chipped in to donate other items. Things that make Mom a little worried.
You didn't tap it to people.
Anything not traded will be donated. But for how fast of a start Jackson has had, he thinks it will take a little while longer to trade up for the house.
30 years?
But if you want to help him reach his goal a little faster, search Jax's Trading Extravaganza on Facebook.
Hey guys, do you want to trade with me?
Jackson already has 716 trading partners on his Facebook page, all trying to help him work his way up to a house. That's one heck of a journey there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I
didn't even know people did that. So.
I mean, that takes a lot of trading, but I think he's going to get there. Something we don't want to trade. This beautiful forecast.
Yeah, it looks better, at least. It's still warm to /hot, upper 80s over the weekend, and we're going to be dodging a few isolated storms, but most of the weekend looks pretty good.
Doug, thank you. Quick note on sports.
I-70 series tonight. The Royals host the Cardinals. We'll have the latest from that one tonight at 10.
All right, guys, thank you so much. That's our time for now, and thank you for making us part of your night.